Crucero, crossroads of the Mojave in the heart of the Mojave Desert, where the sun cracks the earth and the wind whispers secrets through the creosote. There was once a lonely speck of civilization called Crucero, a train stop town forgotten by most maps, but not by time. Crucero was born at the dusty crossroads of the Tidewater and Tonopah Railroad and the Santa Fe Line, a meeting point carved into the desert when rails were still kings and steel was destiny. In its heyday during the early 20th century, Crucero wasn't much more than a rail yard, a telegraph shack, a fuel depot, and a clapboard hotel with a rusted sign that read Desert Rest. But every soul in the desert knew its name. The town's heartbeat was the steady rhythm of trains, their iron wheels singing as they rolled through, hauling borax, copper, and salt from the north and passengers from the east. Engineers called it the last hot stop before Vegas, and drifters called it the mirage that served whiskey. Every day around noon, two trains would pull in, one from the Tonopah mines, the other from Barstow, and for exactly 28 minutes, Crucero would come alive. Crews swapped stories, supplies moved from hand to hand, and mail was exchanged like it mattered. The desert's silence would be broken by the hiss of steam, the clang of couplings, and the rare laughter of men who spent more time with rail cars than with people. Old Eli, the station master, kept time better than any clock. He'd been there since the first rails met, long before the government put up the wire fence that divided nothing from nowhere. Eli wore the same wide-brimmed hat every day, and people said he could tell you which train was coming, just by the sound of its horn echoing over the salt flats. But Crucero's moment in the sun was short-lived. By the late 1930s, trucks began to outnumber trains. Mines dried up. Roads paved their way around the old rails, and slowly, the town of Crucero began to vanish. First the passengers, then the station crew, then even the telegraph wires that hummed like ghosts in the night. By the time the Tidewater and Tonopah Railroad was torn up in the 1940s, only a few desert rats and a sun-bleached sign remained. Eli was gone. The Desert Rest Hotel had collapsed into a heap of wind-blown planks, and the tracks rusted under the relentless Mojave sky. But some say if you stand at the junction where the rails once met, just south of Soda Dry Lake, and listen carefully during the hottest part of the day, you can still hear it, the distant rumble of steel wheels, the hiss of steam, the low whistle calling out to no one, and maybe even old Eli's voice yelling, "Westbound's 10 minutes late." Crucero may be gone, buried beneath sand and silence, but in the desert, nothing ever truly disappears. It just waits.